When my wife got her dream job offer in another state, I was the one who convinced her to take it. That's the part that makes this whole thing sting in a very specific way. I told her we could handle long distance for a year. I told her marriages survive deployments, med school, international contracts. We were solid. 7 years married. No kids. Stable. Boring in the comfortable way. She cried when she left. Promised we'd FaceTime every night. Promised I'd visit once a month. The first month was fine. We watched shows together over video call. Sent each other stupid selfies. She mailed me one of her hoodies so I could sleep with it when I missed her. Month 2, things shifted. She started canceling our nightly calls. Work happy hour. Team dinner. Exhausted. Wi-Fi sucks tonight. The Wi-Fi excuse became a pattern. Every time I asked to FaceTime after 9 p.m., it was suddenly spotty. But if I called at 6 p.m., it worked perfectly. I told myself I was being paranoid. New city. New job. She needed to network. Still, little things piled up. She stopped giving me spontaneous apartment tours on video. In the beginning, she'd walk me around, showing me how she arranged the living room. Then suddenly the camera was always angled at a blank wall. Once, I asked to see the balcony because she'd mentioned the view was amazing. She laughed and said, "It's dark, you won't see anything." I let it go. Then came the care package. I mailed her a box with some inside jokes, her favorite cereal she couldn't find there, printed photos of us, a handwritten letter. I paid extra for 2-day shipping because I wanted it to be a surprise before her big presentation. 3 days later, it showed back up on my porch. Stamped, return to sender, incorrect apartment number. That was weird because I'd copied the address directly from the lease she forwarded me. I called her. "Hey, did you move units or something?" "What? No. Why?" "The package came back. Says wrong apartment number." She paused, just a beat too long. "Oh. They must have typed it wrong in the system. This building's a mess. I'll double check." She never sent a correction. That night, instead of brushing it off, I did something I'd never done before in our marriage. I called her apartment complex directly. I pretended to be confirming delivery details. The woman on the phone cheerfully said, "Oh. Yes, she's in unit 814. The lease she sent me said 805. Did she transfer units?" I asked. "Nope. She's been in 814 since move-in." Since move-in. I thanked her, hung up, and just sat there. It's wild how quiet your house feels when you realize you might be alone in your marriage. I didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, I searched social media. I don't use it much, but she does. I clicked through her coworkers' profiles. One guy kept popping up in tag group photos. Same department. Same dream job. Let's call him Ryan. I opened his page. 3 weeks earlier, he'd posted a sunset picture captioned, "Finally home. Best balcony view in the city." The skyline in the background matched the one she showed me during her first week there. Same odd-shaped skyscraper. Same river bend. I zoomed in. The patio furniture, black metal chairs with teal cushions. I picked those cushions out with her at Target before she left. I stared at that picture for a long time. Then I zoomed further. In the reflection of the glass door behind him, there was a second figure. Blonde hair. Messy bun. My wife wears her hair like that at home. I still didn't confront her. Here's the thing about suspicion, once you say it out loud, it changes the dynamic. I wanted to be certain. I wanted her comfortable. So I acted normal. I scheduled my next visit for 3 weeks out like we'd planned. She sounded oddly hesitant. "That weekend's actually crazy with a product launch." "I already booked the ticket," I said lightly. "I'll just hang out while you work." Another pause. "Okay," she said. But I didn't book that ticket. Instead, I booked one for the weekend before. Didn't tell her. Didn't even hint. And I didn't go straight to her apartment. I checked into a hotel 5 blocks away. That first night, I walked past her building around 10 p.m. Lights on in 814. 2 silhouettes moved past the curtain. I stood there longer than I should have. Then I went back to the hotel. The next morning, I made reservations at her favorite upscale restaurant in the city. The one she'd raved about but said was too expensive for just herself. I booked a table for 8. Under both our names. Then I did something that some people will probably call petty, maybe it was. I found her team directory online. I sent a group email from a new address. "Hi all. I'm surprising, wife's name, this weekend since long distance has been hard. I thought it'd be fun to celebrate how well she's been doing here. Dinner's on me Saturday at 7 p.m. at restaurant. Would love for her work family to come." I signed it with my real name. Her husband. Within hours, 4 people RSVP'd enthusiastically. One even replied, "This is so sweet. She talks about how supportive you are." That line almost made me cancel the whole thing. Saturday evening, I texted her. "Hey. Big surprise. Check your email." "What did you do?" "Just open it." 3 dots appeared. Then, "What dinner?" I responded with a reservation confirmation. "You're here?" "Yep. Missed you too much." She called immediately. "You should have told me. I'm not dressed for something like this." "You always look great," I said. 7 p.m. Don't be late." She showed up at 7:18. Alone. Her coworkers were already seated, laughing, drinking wine. When she walked in and saw them, Her face drained of color in real time. For a split second, her eyes darted to the entrance behind her. Like she expected someone else to be walking in. I stood up and hugged her. She felt stiff. Cold. "This is so thoughtful," one of her coworkers said. "You guys are couple goals." I smiled. Dinner was almost pleasant at first. I asked everyone about their roles. Made jokes about surviving long distance. Played the doting husband perfectly. She barely touched her food. Halfway through, I leaned back in my chair and said casually, "So when were you planning on introducing me to your roommate?" The table went quiet. She blinked. "What?" "I stopped by your building yesterday. 814 has a great balcony." One coworker frowned. "Wait, I thought she lived in 805? I looked at her. "That's what I thought too." Her hand started shaking. "I can explain," she whispered. I reached into my jacket and placed 3 things on the table. A printed copy of her lease for 805. A screenshot of the building directory showing her registered in 814. And a photo I'd taken the night before, silhouettes behind the curtain. No yelling. No scene. Just paper sliding across white linen. Her coworker Ryan wasn't at dinner. I let that hang there. "I won't make this awkward for you," I said calmly. "Finish dinner. Enjoy your wine." I stood up. She grabbed my arm. "Please don't do this here." I gently removed her hand. "Do what?" Her voice cracked. "You know." "I know," I said quietly, "that's the problem." I walked out before she could say anything else. But here's the part she didn't see coming. I didn't fly home the next morning. I extended my stay. And on Monday, while she was at work, because yes, I still had her spare key from move-in, I went to 814. The door opened. Ryan answered. He looked confused at first. Then recognition hit. "Oh," he said. "Hi," I replied. "I'm the Wi-Fi problem." He didn't try to deny it. I almost respected that. He stepped aside. Her things were everywhere. Not staying over sometimes. Living there. Shared closet space. 2 toothbrushes in the same cup. Photos of them on the fridge. Photos she never posted. I took pictures of everything. Then I did something I'd arranged quietly weeks earlier when my gut first started screaming. I'd contacted my company about transferring to their branch in her city. Same role. Same pay. They'd said it was possible but would take a few weeks. On Tuesday, I signed the paperwork. On Wednesday, I toured apartments. On Friday, I signed a lease. 10 minutes from her office. I texted her that evening. "We need to talk." She showed up at my hotel looking wrecked. Puffy eyes. No makeup. "I ended it," she said immediately. "I was going to tell you." "When?" I asked. She didn't answer. "It just happened," she said. "I was lonely." I nodded. "I believe you." Her shoulders sagged with relief. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I know," I said. Then I handed her a folder. Inside were copies of the transfer approval, my new lease agreement, and divorce papers, unsigned, but drafted. "I'm staying," I said. Her head snapped up. "What?" "I'm moving here. Job transfer went through." "Why would you?" "Because you wanted independence," I said calmly. "You built a life here without me. I figured I should see it up close." Her breathing got shallow. "I ended it," she repeated. "That's between you and him," I said. "What's between us is trust. And that doesn't transfer." She started crying. "I'll move back," she said desperately. "I'll quit." I shook my head. "No. Stay. Thrive. Be the woman who chased her dream." She looked confused. "You don't get to replace me in secret and then relocate me when it's convenient." I stood up. "I'll be around," I said. "New apartments 10 minutes from your office. Small city." The psychological shift hit her then. Long distance had been safe for her. Contained. Controlled. Now I was present. Not begging. Not yelling. Present. She asked if we could try counseling. I told her maybe, after I finished exploring my own new city experience. That's the morally gray part. I didn't cheat. I didn't sabotage her job. But I stopped protecting her reputation. Word travels in offices. Especially after a public almost celebration dinner and a sudden breakup between coworkers. I didn't spread rumors. I just didn't correct assumptions. Within a month, Ryan transferred departments. She moved back to 805. Alone. We're technically still married. Separated. She says I'm punishing her. Maybe I am. But here's the final twist she never anticipated. I like it here. New city. New friends. New routines. Turns out I didn't need to follow her. I just needed to stop orbiting her. The last thing I said to her when she asked if we could start over was this. "You already did. You just forgot to tell me." And for the first time since she left, I slept just fine.